I was in public transport today, or rather yesterday, and I had one of the conversations that really just, in the words of Pastor Aaron, and I don't know how I call it, if you call him Pastor Aaron, Apostle Aaron and Pastor Lushola, irked me. Like, I sat down there and I was struggling not to react because I didn't want to make it seem like, oh, sometimes sometimes human beings do this thing we call it virtue signaling, where you begin to show like you're better than everybody, or do you understand? In basically. So I don't even know how to describe this. The conversation was, who still has integrity in Nigeria? That was the conversation. And I think I'm not going to mention the people's names because obviously that's not the point of this. I think the radio host was now, saying, nobody in Nigeria gets integrity, that everybody, is just there, that you can be bought with a price. And genuinely, he now started asking people, oh yeah, what is your price? When you hear that kind of thing, you think people come in and say, no, I have integrity, and some people did, and I'll get to that. No, I have integrity. What see they talk? Then again, nobody really listens to radio again. Like, it's mostly old people and people that don't have anything to do. I can't even lie, that really, really listen to radio, or people that are just in the car driving. Anyway, I had some callers calling in saying, "Oh, I have integrity. Can you call? And they offered me 30 million, 3 million to will I say sell company trade secrets, and I didn't do it to blah 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 blah." And kudos to the guy. The guy started asking questions, probing questions. Okay, that's a big deal. What about the smaller things in your office? Have you ever cheated with this person? Have you ever and he says, so you are not a person of integrity then? And I'll get to that point again, how like that in itself is something that we need to talk about. But is the second set of people, some people came and they openly, when I say openly, they openly told, and that's why I think these people are old people, because there's no way you are working for that company and you're saying this thing on air. It's not possible. Somebody said they offered him 3 million naira to sell, I don't know, something, plans or something, I can't remember. And then he haggled, like he openly said he haggled with them for a higher, like this thing. Somebody was mentioning a politician and he was saying, this person is still Kiniko, that I'm sorry I'm being a bit cryptic because I'm not, how do I put it? It's not particular to the people, it's more about the story. People were actively coming online to give how they've defrauded other people, they've, cheated to get to the top, they've done all these things. And it just got me like, first of all, this is on air. If not that, to be honest, nobody cares about radio. To be honest, if this was 2001, you'd be fried, as in you'd be cooked. I can't even imagine it, but let's just put it like that. But it tells me the state of people's hearts in this country. And that's why I feel like, forget leaders. Our leaders are a problem. Don't get me wrong. There are many issues in Nigeria. Don't get me wrong. But we as a people, we have a serious problem. And that's why I really need a revival in this country. I can't lie. Because if you see the state of people's hearts, or more. And somebody's asking me, somebody's assisting this and be like, Maxwell, what do you mean? How do you see the state of people's hearts? The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. It is what is in your heart that you open your mouth and be talking when you are not under any form of pressure. Hear that? People think it's when you are under pressure. No. Sometimes, yes. Actually, when you are not under any form. In other words, you voluntarily, nobody pressed you, you just notice that your mouth be speaking. As I say, if you want to get to know somebody, get them comfortable. When I say comfortable with you, they open their mouth. It's not about pressure anymore. Sometimes pressure obviously makes people reveal, their true selves. But at the same time, comfort, extreme comfort also reveals the person. And I think people don't know that. It's a stylish trick that people actually don't know. If somebody wants to get to know you, they don't put you under pressure. They make you very comfortable. But anyhow, these guys were just going online, talking, saying, I was just like, bro. And it got to my mind, like, we as a country, we have a problem. You see people outside happily. The word there is happily defrauding people. They are not even in the slightest bit bothered. When I say bothered, they are not even worried. As in, person is actively saying, I'm selling company trade secrets for 50 million naira. This and this and this. And the man asked a question. He was asking people, what is your worth? How much can we buy you for? And people were responding. They were like, 70 million, 80 million, 90 million, da 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 da. A politician will be listening to this and just be smiling. They'll be honestly happy, because those are people that are saying, you know the truth. The moment you place a word on yourself, regardless of whatever you put, I guarantee you, it automatically means you can be bought or intimidated. In other words, the politician just needs to listen to you and know where you're from. He will come to your state and be sharing half of what you said to thousands of people, and all of you collect. People are actively opening their mouth to say, I have a price, I can be bought. One person now came and said, hey, my own is not money, it's woman. If you just bring so and so type of woman, anything where you want. I was just wondering, like, what are we doing as a like? It's such a bother. Like, it's genuinely a bother to me that human beings can actively tell people that I can be bought. I sat down there and it was like Apostle Iren's sermons were just slapping me in the face, right, left, center. You've already been bought with a price. You are priceless, sir. You are off the market. You don't get price. You don't get price. You've been bought with a price already. You use yourself right now. You don't get price. And if they want to buy you for the price of what God bought you, they can't pay it. So when I sit down there and I realize and I walk and I'm like, we as a country, we need help. Because I think there's a rehabilitation that needs to be done before this country moves forward. And that's what the church is for. And that's why I feel everybody should go to church. Because how, as an individual, can you carry yourself, go to church and, come back and they're asking you about integrity? And you're opening your mouth to say, I defrauded somebody, that the money was sweet. Cool necessary now. Or in my other guy, cool necessary now. So I listen to these things and I'm just like, bro, if we're not careful, we're cooked as a country. In case you didn't hear me, let me speak louder. If we're not careful, if we're not careful, we're cooked as a country. Because now we're talking about get good leaders. Bro, if this is the average thinking of a Nigerian, and don't get me wrong, I obviously know that like HNIs and the regular people have a different set of thinking. Fine. But if this is the average thinking of a regular Nigerian, oh, Father in heaven, help us. That's all I have to say. Anyway, I just thought to put this in your view. So as you are right now, for me, the next response, drop this podcast, go and pray for Nigeria. Otherwise, we're in trouble. When I say trouble, I mean trouble. Trouble with a capital T. All right. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Maxwell. And please, we're not asking you for money. I'm not asking you for anything else. You've already paid me with your time by listening to this episode. But if you could do us just one more favor, like, share, subscribe, repost, go to our Instagram page, go and, engage, stuff like that, please. It helps other people that need to hear this All right. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you. Bye.